Welcome to this deep dive. Looks like you've sent over quite a pile of stuff on The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. Clearly lots of buzz around this one.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're looking for, the quick version, how to really get a handle on what makes this thriller work without having to, read every single page.
That's what we're here for, right? Based on all this, the articles, reviews, your notes, we're going to dig into this story. It starts like a dream romance.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes a pretty sharp turn into something way darker. One source even called it a cautionary tale wrapped in barbed wire.
Ooh, I like that. Barbed wire. Definitely sets the tone.
It does. We'll see how sharp those barbs really are.
Okay, so let's talk Molly. She's at the center of it all, right? Medical student. You can picture her smart, busy, maybe a bit lonely with that hospital life schedule.
Dedicated, but maybe isolated.
And then Hunter walks in. Looks like the perfect guy, the escape she needs. But even from the start, you can kind of feel this unease in the background. Things seem just a little too perfect.
Yeah, that too good to be true vibe. And it's interesting, like several articles pointed out, McFadden herself is a physician. Brain injuries, specifically.
Oh, right. That's not just trivia, is it?
No, not at all. It really seems to seep into her writing, her grasp of the mind, how vulnerable it can be, how easily manipulated.
Yeah.
It gives the psychological stuff real weight.
So it's not just plot twists for shock value.
Exactly. It's about how those twists mess with the characters' heads and yours as the reader. It feels authentic because, well, she knows this stuff.
Okay, so let's get into the characters you flagged. Molly first. She seems, very relatable even when the situations get pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
She's smart, she's capable, but then she makes these choices and you're kind of thinking, oh, Molly, no.
Right. That mix of competence and, vulnerability, it hooks you. You're rooting for her even when you want to maybe shake her a little.
Totally. And then Hunter. Tall, dark, handsome. You know the type.
The classic romantic hero setup.
But McFadden, she doesn't let you get comfortable with that, does she? Your sources say she plants seeds of doubt right away. He's too charming.
Almost suspiciously so. It's like an immediate red flag pops up in your mind. That underlying distrust. That's a big part of the suspense engine here.
And you also mentioned the ex-girlfriend. She doesn't just vanish.
No, definitely not. In a lot of stories, the ex is just, backstory. Here, she sticks around. She complicates things.
Adds another layer of who do you trust, I guess.
Exactly. Keeps you guessing about everyone's real motives. It stops things from feeling too simple.
Now, the twists. Your reviews really highlighted this. McFadden seems to be a master at pulling the rug out from under you.
Oh, yeah. Just when you think, okay, this is the bad guy or this is what's really going on, the story shifts. Someone compared it to psychological Jenga.
Psychological Jenga. I love that. You pull out one piece you thought was solid.
And the whole structure feels like it could collapse. It keeps you completely off balance.
You flagged a specific moment, no spoilers, where Molly finds something in Hunter's place. Something small, but wrong.
Yeah, just something that feels out of place. It's that subtle creepiness that works so well, I think.
It taps into that feeling we all get, right? Like when you notice something's been moved in your own house, even slightly.
Exactly. That little detail that whispers, something happened here you don't know about. It makes the suspense feel really personal, almost unsettlingly familiar.
One article you sent mentioned a real-life story, didn't it? Someone finding something hidden.
Right, a friend finding like a hidden phone or something that just blew their whole perception of the relationship apart. It's those small, believable cracks in the facade that make the fictional danger feel so much more real.
And the pacing seems key, too. It's not all explosions and chases.
No, it builds. It's more deliberate. Each chapter gives you a little bit more. Maybe shifts your perspective slightly, enough to keep you totally hooked.
Like that sweater analogy from one review, pulling a thread.
And slowly unraveling the whole thing. Yeah, that felt spot on. You see how everything connects and how fragile it all might be.
Which brings us to the core themes, I suppose. Like, how well can you really know someone?
That's a huge one here, especially in that early, intense phase of romance. Are you seeing the real person or just what you want to see?
Can love, or maybe just infatuation, make you ignore serious red flags? The book seems to force you to ask that.
Absolutely. And it also gets into how far someone like Molly will go for the truth.
Even when it's dangerous.
Right. That drive to figure things out, to uncover what's real, even if the reality is awful.
Yeah.
It's a powerful engine for the story.
Some of the analysis you sent also touched on female identity, how Molly's experiences may be shaped by societal expectations.
Yeah, it's sort of an undercurrent. She's not just in a thriller plot. She's navigating the world as a woman with all the specific vulnerabilities and pressures that can involve. It adds a bit more depth, I think.
And the type of fear here is it's very psychological, isn't it? Less about immediate physical threats, maybe.
A lot of it is, yeah. It's the manipulation, the doubt, the gaslighting moments that make Molly and you question what's real.
That can be way scarier than a monster jumping out sometimes.
For sure. That creeping dread, that sense of losing your grip on reality, that stuff stays with you. It gets under your skin.
And the hospital setting, you mentioned that. It's not just because she's a med student.
Doesn't seem like it. It feels symbolic. Healing versus hurting. Trust versus betrayal. You've got people who are supposed to care for you.
But are they? Really?
Exactly. It constantly makes you question intentions. Who's the healer and who's actually causing the pain? It's a clever use of setting.
Okay, the ending, obviously we're not giving it away, but your notes suggest it's intense.
Seems like it really packs a punch. Designed to make you react strongly, leave a lasting impression.
One review compared McFadden to a chess master. Planning moves way ahead for the final checkmate.
Yeah, building that intricate web of suspense right to the very end. It sounds like the kind of ending that makes you rethink the whole book.
Right, maybe even reread it immediately to see the clues you miss.
Quite possibly. It sounds like it delivers a conclusion you won't forget easily. So, the big question then.
Should you read it? Based on this deep dive, exploring everything you sent over.
Yeah.
I think the answer is a pretty solid yes.
I'd agree. Especially if you, the listener, are into fast-paced thrillers that genuinely keep you guessing. Ones with twists you probably won't see coming. And if you like stories with strong, complex female leads, even if they make questionable choices sometimes.
Which Molly definitely does.
And yeah, this seems like it would be right up your alley.
Right.
And also, if you appreciate thrillers that feel kind of grounded, that tap into real anxieties about relationships and trust.
Then The Boyfriend sounds like a really compelling pick.
Absolutely.
And hey, if you have already read it, let us know what you thought. No spoilers, obviously, for others.
Yeah, definitely no spoilers.
But what moments grabbed you? What did you find most surprising or unsettling?
It's fascinating how these kinds of thrillers can really tap into those deep fears, isn't it? Making you second-guess appearances and what might be hiding just below the surface.
For sure. So as you go about your day, stay curious. And maybe trust no one.
Especially the boyfriend.
Especially the boyfriend. Just kidding, mostly.
And maybe here's a final thought to chew on, something that goes beyond just this book. In your own life, how well do you really think you know the people closest to you?
Ooh, deep.
And what are those tiny little signs, the ones you might just brush off that could maybe, just maybe, indicate something dangerous hidden under that normal-looking surface? Something to think about.